Here question is given A is equal to BQ plus R, then GCD of AB is equal to GCD of BR. We can understand it with the common example of numbers. We consider integers 7 and 18. 2 8 times 16 1. I can write it 17 as 2 multiply 8, 2 multiply 8 plus 1, 16 plus 1 17. This is here, this is A, this is B, this is Q, and this is R. This is remainder, this is quotient, this is B, this is A. Okay. Sorry. Here we want to prove that GCD of these two numbers is equal to GCD of B and R. Their greatest common divisor and their greatest common divisor is same. If I see in this example, GCD of 17 and 2, 17 and 2 is 1. Greatest common divisor of these two numbers is 1, and greatest common divisor of then R and B, 2, B and R, 2 and 1. This is B and this is R, is also 1. This we want to prove. Then let GCD of A and B, we suppose that D1, and GCD of B and R, greatest common divisor of B and R, we just suppose this. Okay, then D1, if D1 is greatest common divisor of A and B, then it divides both A and B. Then if D1 divides B and R, then D1 divides R. How? As you see here, if D1 divides B, then D1 divides BQ. If some number divides any number, then it must divide when I multiply this number with any integer. Okay, D1 divides this BQ. Okay, and also D1 divides A, then D1 divides, if D1 divides A, D1 divides this whole side, because A is equal to this whole side. D1 divides this and D1 divides this whole, therefore D1 divides R. Okay. Also, just like that, I can also write D2 divides B and D2 divides R. Then if D2 divides B and D2 divides R, if D2 divides B, then D2 divides BQ. Okay, and if D2 divides R and BQ, then D2 divides BQ plus R. Their sum is also divided by D2. So D2 divides A, because this is equal to A. Then D2 divides A. So therefore D1 divides A, D1 divides B, D1 divides R, also D1 divides A, D2 divides B, D2 divides R. Now consider A, B and C. As you know that I can write it as AB GCD, AB GCD here, and C. What is the GCD of AB? Sorry, R. Sorry, this is R. What is the GCD of AB? We supposed D1 and R. And we know that D1 divides R if I have two numbers 2 and 16, and this number divides 2 divides 16, then 2 must be greatest common divisor of these two numbers if this number divides this. As you know that D1 divides R, D1 divides R, then GCD of these two numbers must be smaller number. Okay, also I consider A, B and R, then it can be written as A, B and R. Okay, and this is A, D2. GCD of B and R is D2. What will our answer is D2. Okay, here left hand side of both sides are equal, and then which implies D1 and D2 is also equal. It is our required result because this is GCD of AB and D2 is GCD of B and R.